for Poland Thursday night at about 12 o'clock, like going into Friday. So there's effectively 3 days to get this car done. For that to happen, there's only one thing left. 1.5 things. Well, the one thing is the AC. All the parts, put on the belt, the AC belt. I did that on the weekend, but I'm gonna come to it later. Yeah. Put the AC belt on. I have those two little, like two different, what are they called? Two different like little vents to fill up the AC. Like where you plug in the machine that does that. And because I didn't know which one I need, because I know that was missing, I showed them in another video. I ordered two, because for the E36 there's two. One to let the fluid in and one to let the fluid out. And yeah, I didn't know which one it is, so I just ordered both. And I'm gonna send that one back that doesn't fit. Because it turns out they have different sizes. The one is a little smaller, the other one is a little bigger. So yeah, just like screw that little thing in and then get the AC filled. So yeah, it's currently like almost 9 o'clock in the evening, and I'm gonna bring the car to my family's place, and then tomorrow it's gonna go to my mechanics, like to a proper workshop, and they're gonna take a look and try to fill up the AC. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, the compressor isn't broke or something is leaking or anything like that. I don't know for how long the AC wasn't working. So there is a possibility that the AC compressor is like gone, or like something leaks. And if that happens, well, then I'm gonna have to live without AC. And it's supposed to have 33 degrees on Friday in Poland. So yeah, AC would be nice. Okay, other than that, we finished a lot of work last weekend. I was in the workshop again from my friend Oliver. He's watching the video, so greetings. Yeah, and he helped me out like big time. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible. We changed out the center prop shaft support thing, you know what I mean, by now. We fixed up the exhaust system, because there was like a leak. Hold on a second. Like when where the headers meet with the rest of the pipes, there was like one screw missing. So because of that, there was some gas leaking out of there. And when the car was like sitting still from a traffic light or something like that, and you would have the ventilation on, you would smell like fumes inside of the car, which was pretty unpleasant. That's gone, which is pretty good. And then the other big thing we did is change out the exhaust system. We changed it to the Novus one I showed in the other video. It wasn't a mostly because of how the previous owner mounted up the exhaust system that was under here before, because that one was welded in, like there was like everything was just welded together, even in places where things shouldn't be welded together, it was all welded together. So we had to cut it open and then make things salvageable, because we still had to use the rest of the like exhaust system, because we just changed the end of the exhaust. Yeah, it was pretty pretty tough for a simple job, but I guess on cars and particularly on cars like this, there's no such thing as an easy job, except for maybe putting in floor mats. Yeah, but essentially that was what we did on the weekend, and we also put on the AC belt. That was pretty easy, really easy, and yeah, now he's just hoping that nothing leaks and the compressor still works. And why I said it's 1.5 things that are still to do. I have here this little box, the seat belt from the rear seat passenger side, and I still, as you can see here, the blue strap, I still have to put that in. I didn't come around to doing that yet, and I don't 100% know if it's gonna fit, because the seatbelt I bought, which was the only one available for a reasonable price, was one from the E36 compact. And from what I could find, the compact should have the same seatbelts in the back as the sedan and the convertible and all that stuff. So I just hope it fits. And yeah, didn't have a chance to try it out yet. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do that as soon as I get the car back. Yeah. If that doesn't fit, I'm gonna have to drive with my convertible. But the good thing is that car is clean, and it has a working AC, so it would not be that bad. But my goal is to drive with this car, and that would only be like a last resort if we just were not able to drive with 3 people in this car, which we are not if one person is unable to buckle up. So yeah, and as you might hear, it's a lot more comfortable from the noise side inside of the car. Like, you still hear the exhaust and it still makes noise as well as the pops and bangs it did before, but it's not like as raw anymore. It's way more pleasant inside of the car, which I actually think is a good thing, because the other exhaust was way louder, way louder, but it didn't have a nice sound to it. It was the same thing when I described when I switched from this car to my convertible. The difference from the exhaust systems was so big, and now we moved a little bit more into the direction of the convertible, where this is like more like dialed in. This feels more appropriate, because you still hear the car and it still makes noise, but it's like more grown up, so to speak. Yeah, feels a lot more settled. So I'm really happy with that. In the beginning I was a little bit sad, because I got into the car and drove out of the workshop, and I didn't hear anything from the inside of the car, which was pretty disappointing, because like before it was way louder. Yeah, but now, since I've driven about 100 kilometers since then, it's pleasant. I like it. It has a good sound, but it's not over the top, which is good. What else is there to say? Getting the AC filled up and the seat belt. Those are the 2 big things. And if I would have enough time, I'll maybe try to fit some like spacers on the wheels on the back, because I don't have any spacers on them, and those are just 7.5 on 17 inch. So yeah, not that big of a wheel, especially not for this car. And it looks a little bit like, I don't know, it looks goofy from behind because the wheels are just too narrow. But yeah, that's just like a bonus thing, and it doesn't change the width of the wheels, it just makes it look better from the side. Yeah, I don't know. So, and the vibration thing, as you might have noticed, it's not gone, even though we changed the center prop shelf, bearing, support, whatever. But yeah, it still shows up. Like, oh, there it is. Still hear it? Yeah. I can't replicate it. It just happens randomly. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Only between 2000 and 3000 RPM, and only when I'm touring down. So yeah, still no clue what that is about. It's gotten better because the center prop support was like pretty loose, pretty like easy to move around, and that shouldn't be the case. So it was good that we changed it, and it made the car more stable, but the vibration is still there to some extent, and I can't figure out what it is. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's all I have for now. I didn't come around to filming on the weekend because I just had a stressful weekend with a lot of stuff to do. So I was just glad that we actually were able to finish the car to the point we are now. And that might not have happened if I were filming the whole time, because it just takes up a lot of time, and it also annoys. Like I myself find it annoying when you're working on like a task and you want to film that, but the task is pretty like time consuming itself. It just extends the time way more. So yeah, I didn't film anything on the weekend, but we did some progress, and I'm gonna show like some pictures and videos. You will already have seen them. So yeah. Like small things. Yeah, other than that, I think that concludes this video. The next one I'll be doing will be from Ultrace, so from the drive. Yeah, it will be from the Ultrace in one whole video. Gonna check out a lot of cars and hopefully have a good time, arrive in one piece, and hopefully in a well climated car. And yeah, that's about it.